Hi everyone, my name is Marney, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make your very own button using the button maker tool that's available at the Brookwood Library. All the materials you need will be in the library. However, if you have a special scrapbooking paper or maybe a favorite comic from the newspaper, we encourage you to bring those in and use that as the design for your button. Before we actually get going making the button, I want to walk you through all the materials you'll need first. Most importantly, you need the button maker stand. This is the tool that you'll use to make your button. This is a die set that's used to make a 1-inch button. In the Collaboratory, we also have a die set for a 2-inch button. For the actual pin, we need a metal badge, we need a plastic pin back, and we need 1 plastic film. For your design, we'll need to use the paper puncher. Because we're making a 1-inch button, you need the paper design to be a little bit bigger so it can wrap around the edges. So this is a 1 1/4 inch paper puncher. And then you'll need your design for the pin, and I've decided to use some fairies and flowers. So as I stated earlier, you're going to want to use a 1 1/4 inch paper puncher to make a 1-inch button. If you're making a 2-inch button, you'll use 2 1/4 inches. So the first thing you want to do is flip this over, and on the back there's a yellow button. If you push it up, it releases the puncher. That way you can put the paper in and cut your design. You do want to be careful though, because there are blades around here to cut the paper and they can be pretty sharp. So using your design, you're going to pick an area that you want to make into your pin. So if I want to use this little flower right here, I want to flip it over just to get a visual of where that's going to be cut. Make sure it's where I want it to be. Maybe we'll move it up to this one so it's a little better. And then once you have it set, you can flip it over, push down, and you have your button. The next step is to take our button maker stand and put the die in that we need. So we're making a 1-inch button. This is the 1-inch die set. You want to make sure you have the die set, the stand, and the 2 pins before getting started. So the first thing you're going to do is we are going to lift this top part up here so that the die set will be able to slide through. You're going to set it in little groves, making sure these 2 tabs are in the back, and then you want to push it through until this part is in the middle. Then you can release it and secure the die set with the 2 pins, and they go right here in the side. So now that we have the 2 pins in, you can see it's going to lock right here and not be able to pull out. So now that we have all of our materials laid out and our tool set up, we're going to make our pin. So we're going to start with the left die showing, and we are going to insert the metal pin badge with the rim face down. There's a little cutout in the left die that you just laid in. On top of that, we're going to put our paper design, and on top of that, we're going to put a plastic film. Then we're going to shift the die set over so the top die is directly above the bottom one. And before we push the lever down, we're going to put the metal or the plastic pin back with the zigzag side facing up. We're going to put that over here in the right die, and that just fits right in there. So now that we have our pieces in place, we're going to push the lever down. It should only go about halfway. And then when we lift it up, we'll shift the die set over. And note that the pin top is up inside the top die, so it'll transfer over to the right die. So now we're going to push this down, and it will go all the way down. Make sure you give it a little push, and when you lift it back up, you'll shift it, and you have your completed pin. So that's how you make a button. Again, we encourage you to bring in your own paper designs. You can use a blank piece of paper and draw your own design. You can bring in some cool scrapbooking paper or even maybe a very tiny photo. And just use this tutorial as a reference to help you get started. Thanks for watching.